Yes, exactly. Well said.
Welcome back. It is the day of the woman here on the Mountain Views program, and it seems only apropos that our GM, Danielle Heald, is directing this morning. So thanks, boss. Way to be a woman in control in the control room. Good stuff. We're continuing on our conversations with leaders in our community who happen to be women, and this morning we are going to celebrate one of our very own. She's been a part of this community for a long time, and she has supported real estate development in this town. Of course, it is an inexorable part of not only a vacation community, but also one of the great growing communities of the entire United States of America. And yes, I really feel that way about Park City. We're going to celebrate the Park City Board of Realtors Realtor of the Year, Sara Werbelow. Good morning. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Congratulations.
Thank you. What a lovely welcome.
Yeah, it's all true, right?
Yes, it is.
Amazing place.
Yeah, this is a fabulous place to live.
And I feel like, of course, this is a very upscale community, but I feel like we've done a good job of being a full community, and I think the sense that I get is that all of our relative people who are working on the issue of growth here are concerned about the entire community. Talk about it from your perspective,
yeah,
Sara.
I think that's actually really well said. I can appreciate that comment. Thank you. So I've been here since 1998, and when we first rolled into town, you know, Park City was kind of a one-stop shop and had a funky aspect to it. And you know, we had the Sundance Film Festival and Deer Valley, and definitely luxury was in the vernacular. But I think over the last 20 years, there's been a huge evolution. Park City's now on the map as a major player, but I think exactly what you said is true. All the powers that be that are involved in government and are involved in long-range thinking are interested in keeping our community well-rounded and having a diverse, eclectic mix that's approachable to all kinds of folks.
I think of realtors, and especially when you can so precisely define it in our small town as sales and consulting professionals for people who are making, even if you've sold your company and you have money to come and buy a home here or whatever, this is still a really central, important decision in your life, where you're going to be spending your days. Talk about changes over the years in the work that you do and the kind of work that you're doing now.
I think that's just so precise what you're saying. I really appreciate this. So there's a huge changing dynamic in the real estate industry. Everything can be found online. So we're now like an online, you know, type of world. That's how people access all of their data. But what's happened, I think, especially in a community such as Park City, where we're very unique, every neighborhood is unique, the realtor provides a level of professionalism and knowledge that you can't find online. So, you know, even though people can do their homework and they can do their analysis, which we all very much appreciate, because our consumers are so much more educated than they may have been at some point in the past, we are still here to provide that local flavor as people kind of navigate the different neighborhoods, so they can really understand the bigger picture, and then of course the micro picture of what's going on in each of these unique and special neighborhoods.
Indeed. So you are the president of the Board of Realtors, which is an important position. Talk a little bit about what, of course, you're a frontline person, so to speak, in the sense that you know the market as a participant for a long time. But talk about your perspective on this market, maybe what the market needs. I don't know if that's even an applicable word, but I'm kind of just thinking outside the box a little bit and trying to understand sort of what your mindset is doing this particular job, representing realtors to the community, to the larger market.
Thank you. I'm actually the past president of the Board of Realtors. I've been serving on the Board of Realtors now for a couple of years, and prior to my service on the board, I was a realtor, and I was working hard as a professional and kind of out there, you know, living the life, and like I said, working as a professional realtor. When I became involved from a leadership standpoint, I drank the Kool-Aid, if you will. So I really came to understand that there's a broader world out there with regard to the real estate industry. One of the key factors, and then I'll kind of get to the local market as far as the broader perspective in the real estate industry, is that we advocate for home ownership. So we're all about advocacy, and we're part of a national association, which is the largest trade association in the country, actually, that's out there on the Hill every day fighting for our right to buy and sell real estate, which is like the American dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as the local market is concerned, I think something very key that's happened over the last couple of years that really needs to be said and needs to be widely known. We are no longer just Park City. So we're 2 counties. We actually represent a market area, a very broad geographic market area that's comprised of Summit and Wasatch County. And there's a tremendous amount of diversity in need, tremendous amount of diversity in product type, tremendous amount of diversity in history and culture. And so I think it's important for our consumers and our colleagues to understand when we're talking about real estate, even though we're called the Park City Board of Realtors, we're actually the Wasatch back. So
Right.
we're comprised of this sort of tremendous market area that reaches all the way out to our county seat, Heber Valley, Park City, up to the ski hill. So it's this big area that we encompass. And I think everybody knows the market's hot. Prices are up. I mean, that's kind of on everybody's lips, and we have a shortage in inventory. However, there is still tremendous opportunity to get into this community as a primary resident, as an investor. It just requires a little creativity, I think, on the realtor's part to kind of maybe not just look at what's on the market on the surface, but to get creative and kind of dig a little deeper and see what can be found for that particular consumer.
And you certainly have a perspective in which that kind of that narrative, that story that you were just telling about how things are changing, and so aptly observed that we really are one community, even if you have to drive a few minutes to get to Camas or to get to Heber. Midway, of course, is very hot, very popular, but this is a pretty large, especially geographically, a pretty large community.
That's correct. And, you know, like I said, I think it's important to realize that the needs are diverse. And so I'm the chair of the chamber organization. And a couple of weeks ago, the Park City Chamber, or Summit County Chamber, and Wasatch Chambers came together to create an economic summit. It was a 4-hour day filled with content and networking, sort of gave everybody the opportunity who's in the business in some form or fashion. It could be recreation, it could be ski resort, it could be technology, kind of came together to start having these discussions. Who are we now? To be able to make sure that all of the needs are kind of out on the table so that we can work together to try to think long term to serve the needs of this very diverse community that we live in.
Indeed. Final question, what does it mean to you to be the recipient of this award? It's a pretty big deal, huh? It's
very humbling for me. Even though I love to be out in front and center, and I'm an action girl, I'm also a little shy, to be perfectly honest. And I've worked really hard in my career to serve my clients well and have a high standard of ethics and professionalism. I've met incredible colleagues along the way who have mentored me and who have become my friends. So to get an award like this from my peer group, there is really no higher honor. And it just makes me want to work that much harder to continue to perfect my craft and be a good representative of the voice of real estate in Park City.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's really great. It's lovely to have you here. Your vibe is so great.
It's great to be here.
And it's an important part of our community, this growth function that you all as realtors serve in a really important place. And you know, for all of the things that we do, in the end, a real estate transaction is it's a detailed and very important thing, and we appreciate everything that you do for all of us. And again, all the best and congratulations on your award. And don't be a stranger. Come and see us. This wasn't so bad, right?
I would love it. This is a lot of fun.
I love
Thanks.
it. I'm so
All right.
happy.
Thanks a lot.
Sarah, great
Have
to
a
meet
good morning.
you.
Thank you.
Final thing, tell folks online, social media, et cetera, that they should be knowing for you.
Perfect. So my company is Chateaux Realty. It's a boutique real estate company up in a fabulous hotel in Silver Lake. You can find us at chateaurealtyparkcity.com. And we're there every day. Come by and see us. We've got a fun office, and we'd love to see you.
Fantastic. Great to
Thank
see you.
you.
Have a lovely day.
You as well.
All right, you guys. There she is, Sara Werbelow. She is our Realtor of the Year here. The Park City Board of Realtors honored her as such, and it's lovely to have her in the studio. Chateaux Realty, check it out and avail yourself of her services. Quick break, more show after this. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.